Hey there, Denver Broncos family. Hold on to your seats because what happened yesterday is going to leave you absolutely stunned. Picture this scene. You wake up on a peaceful Tuesday, check social media to see the latest news about our beloved team, and bam! A bombshell explodes right in the middle of Broncos country that nobody was expecting. The Denver Broncos front office just made a move so smart, so precise, that even the most experienced league analysts are applauding. And trust me, it's not easy to impress those guys. But hold on, before I tell you all the details of this masterful play, you need to understand something. What happened in the last 24 hours could completely change our franchise's future for years to come. That's right, you heard it. So grab your coffee, sit back comfortably, and get ready for a complete analysis of the most surprising trade the Broncos have made in a long time. And I guarantee you this, by the end of this video, you'll understand why this move was genius. Denver Broncos family, let's get straight to the point. Devon Vale no longer plays for our team. That's right. The wide receiver who seemed to have a bright future in Denver was traded yesterday to the New Orleans Saints in a deal that has everyone talking. And when I say everyone, I mean everyone. But before any of you start questioning the front office, listen carefully to what I'm about to say. This trade was a masterclass on how to do business in the NFL. Let's understand the details. Devon Vale, that tall wide receiver at 6'5" and weighing 210 pounds, was selected by the Broncos in the 7th round of the 2024 draft. For those who don't remember, he was pick number 243 overall. In other words, practically a flyer, as they call it in the league. In his rookie season, Vale showed he had potential. He managed 41 receptions, accumulated 475 yards, and scored 3 touchdowns as a rookie. Solid numbers for a guy who came from the 7th round, right? Broncos country. But here comes the interesting part of the whole thing. The New Orleans Saints, check out the irony, our coach Sean Payton's former team, made an offer that was simply impossible to refuse. The Saints sent a 4th-round pick from 2026 plus a 7th-round pick from 2027 for Vale. Guys, stop and think. We turned a 7th-round pick into a 4th-round pick. That's what I call profit, and look at that perfect timing. This trade happened less than a week before the final deadline for teams to cut their rosters to 53 players. Sean Payton and George Paton clearly had a plan in mind. Now, I know some of you must be thinking, but man, Vale was doing well in practice. He looked like he was going to be our WR2 behind Courtland Sutton. And you're right to think that. Vale really was in a tough battle for the team's second receiver position. The competition was fierce. Marvin Mims, Troy Franklin, who, by the way, had a spectacular game against the Cardinals in the last preseason game, and rookie Pat Bryant, who was our 3rd-round pick. In fact, Franklin showed in the last game against Arizona why he deserves attention. 4 receptions, 67 yards, and 2 touchdowns just in the first half. The kid is on fire, family. But here's the point you need to understand. Sean Payton isn't a coach for nothing. He saw a golden opportunity and grabbed it with both hands. Offensive coordinator Joe Lombardi even praised Vale hours before the trade, talking about his versatility and ability to play multiple positions. But Payton thought beyond that. He looked at the roster, saw that we have Courtland Sutton established, saw Troy Franklin gaining momentum, Marvin Mims with huge potential, and Pat Bryant coming on strong. And he thought, why not turn this depth into capital for the future? Hey, Broncos country, if you're enjoying this deep analysis of our franchise's moves, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Every week I bring you the latest on the Denver Broncos tactical analysis and everything you need to know to follow our journey to the Super Bowl. Hit the bell to not miss a single play. Now let's talk about the genius behind this move. You know who knows Devon Vale better than anyone? Sean Payton. And you know why? Because Vale was always compared to Michael Thomas, that wide receiver who was Offensive Player of the Year in 2019, when he played for the New Orleans Saints under the command of Sean Payton. Payton knew exactly Vele's potential, knew the Saints would be interested, especially because they know the style of play that the coach develops in receivers, and use that to make a fantastic deal. Turning a seventh-round pick is the type of move that separates mediocre front offices from elite front offices. And clearly, George Paton is showing he belongs to the second group. Some analysts are calling this trade a windfall, which means a big unexpected advantage. And look, they're not exaggerating. A fourth-round pick in 2026 gives us incredible flexibility. We can use it to draft talent at a position of need, or even use it as trade currency to move up in the draft, or seek an established player via trade. And let's be realistic here, family. As much as Vel has potential, our receiver room is loaded with talent. Courtland Sutton continues to be our reliable WR1. Troy Franklin is showing he can be special. Marvin Mims has explosion that few guys in the league possess. And Pat Bryant arrived with first-class college credentials. Not to mention, we have Evan Ingram at tight end, who Sean Payton clearly wants to use more in the offensive scheme this season. So, mathematically speaking, there wasn't room for everyone to shine. And Payton preferred to turn this depth into resources for the future, rather than let talent rot on the bench. This is the dynasty-building mentality, Broncos country. It's no wonder the man has a Super Bowl ring on his finger. Social media caught fire after the news leaked. And look how interesting. Most analysts are praising the Broncos' move. One of the most respected specialists in the league said it was a really strong return for Denver, turning a seventh round pick into a fourth plus a seventh is the kind of deal every NFL GM would like to make. But of course, there are always those who question. Some fans of other teams are saying the Saints paid too much, comparing it to other recent league trades. But between us, family, who cares what they think? What matters is that the Broncos came out winning from this negotiation, and look at all the irony, Sean Payton making a steal precisely with his former team. The man knows the Saints inside and out, knew exactly how to negotiate with them, and used that to our advantage. That's what I call using experience in the team's favor. Now, let's talk about what this means for the future, because that's where things get really interesting. First thing, this fourth-round pick from 2026 could be the missing piece to complete our puzzle. Imagine if we can use it to draft an elite defensive back, or a pass rusher who can make a difference, or even an offensive lineman to protect our quarterback. The possibilities are endless, and that gets me excited. Second thing, this move sends a clear message to the entire league. The Denver Broncos aren't playing games when it comes to building a team. We're thinking strategically, moving pieces like a chess game, always aiming for the long term. Third thing, this opens up more opportunities for the receivers who stayed. Troy Franklin now has more space to show his potential. Marvin Mims can take on a bigger role in the offense. Pat Bryant gets more chances to impress. And that's great for the development of these young talents. From a tactical standpoint, this trade makes complete sense within the system Sean Payton is implementing. Payton has always liked working with versatile receivers who can play multiple positions. And all the guys who stayed on the roster have these characteristics. Troy Franklin has speed and can stretch the field. Marvin Mims is explosive and dangerous in red zone situations. Pat Bryant has the physicality and can be a reliable target on third downs. Each of these guys offers something different, and that gives Payton more options to design creative plays. Additionally, having fewer receivers means more reps in practice for each of them. More reps mean better chemistry with the quarterback, better timing on routes, and a more efficient offense overall. Personally, I loved this move. It shows that our management isn't afraid to make tough decisions when necessary. It shows we're thinking about the future without forgetting the present. And look, I'll be honest with you, as much as I liked Vale's potential, this was a golden opportunity that appeared right in front of us. And when opportunities like this arise in the NFL, you can't let them pass. Sean Payton is building a team that can compete for years to come, not just this season. And moves like this are fundamental to that construction. Talk to me, Broncos country. Do you think it was the right decision? Are you confident in the potential of the receivers who stayed? With this trade done, our receiver depth chart is more defined for the start of the regular season. Courtland Sutton remains our undisputed WR1. The man is reliable, has sure hands, and Sean Payton knows he can count on him in decisive moments. Troy Franklin seems to be taking on the WR2 role. His numbers in the last preseason game were impressive, and you can see he has chemistry with our quarterback. Marvin Mims could be our secret weapon. He has the ability to change a game with a single play, and Pat Bryant arrives as a rookie with a lot of potential. This combination could be lethal, family. We have speed, physicality, versatility, and experience. It's everything a modern NFL offense needs. And let's not forget about Evan Engram at tight end. Sean Payton loves using tight ends in his scheme, and Engram has the perfect characteristics to shine in our system. I know some of you might be a little confused by this trade. It's natural to get attached to players, especially when they show potential like Vele showed. But to trust the process, Broncos country. Sean Payton didn't get where he got in his career by making bad decisions. The man knows what he's doing, has sharp game vision, and is building something special here in Denver. This trade is more proof that we're in the right hands. It's more proof that our franchise is committed to excellence. And look, at the end of the day, what really matters are the wins on the field. If this decision helps us win more games, and I believe it will help, then it was the right choice. Let's support the receivers who stayed. Let's hope this fourth-round pick from 2026 is a sure choice. And let's keep dreaming about another title for our franchise. So there you have it. Denver Broncos family. What did you think of this complete analysis of the Devon Vale trade? I want to know each of your opinions in the comments. Do you think it was a genius move, or would you have liked him to stay? How do you see the future of our receivers for this season? Leave your comments down below. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the content, and don't forget to share with all your friends who are true Broncos country. And remember, every move our franchise makes is thinking about long-term success. Trust the process, support the team, and keep cheering for every play. See you in the next video with more hot news from our Denver Broncos. Till then, Broncos see country and bring on more victories. And as always, go Broncos.